Next thing we need to do is add in the game over logic. And what we're going to do is we're going to destroy all of the blocks here. So in order to do that, what we'll do is we will say, for example, destroy all blocks. All right, and then we'll add a function in here. And what we'll do is we'll call destroy all blocks. Now the reason why we're doing this is that at any other time, if we wanted to destroy all blocks, we can just add in a function that does that. So we're going to add in a lot of code here. So I'll go to self.enumerate child with node names. The first one is going to be the first one here. So I always like to double check, which is good block name. All right, so copy and paste that in here. We'll tab over and then we'll add in a bracket, curly brackets, and kind of move that down here. We'll add in a stop in. So what we'll do is we'll go to node, comma, stop in, and then we'll say if let sprite is equal to node as sk sprite node. And here we'll say sprite dot remove from parent. Okay, what's going on here? So all this is doing here is that it will destroy all of those here. So if you don't have it typed out exactly, maybe pause it to make sure that you have this highlighted area typed out exactly the way it is. Make sure you, sometimes the spaces can kind of mess this up here. Just play around with the spaces if it doesn't work. In any event, we'll change this to bad block name, and taking the extra 3 or 4 seconds to double check is never a bad idea. I got it right there. And we don't need to change the sprite because we're declaring it there. Okay, so now it will destroy all the blocks, which is actually quite nice. We'll set our game state variables. So we'll say is collecting is equal to false, and then is complete is equal to true. Okay, we'll go to lbl main dot alpha is equal to 1.0, lbl main dot text is equal to game over, lbl score dot alpha is equal to 1.0, and we'll go to lbl score dot, or lbl timer in this case. We need to set the timer now. lbl timer dot alpha is equal to 1.0, and we're going to go to lbl timer dot text is equal to nothing. And that's going to hide it there. And then we have reset the game, which we haven't really set yet. So let's take a look at that and test it to see how everything's working out here. So perfect, game over. All right, that works out pretty well here. Now, of course, we need to reset the game. In order to do that, we need to add in a timer as well as some game logic here. So let's say let wait is equal to skaction.wait for duration, and we'll make it 3.0. And we're going to say let the game scene equal to game scene self.size. Okay, and we're going to say the game scene dot scale mode is equal to sk scene scale mode dot aspect fill. You can play around with aspect fit. It won't work, but you can see what it does. Let the transition equal to sk transition dot fade with, well, we can do, like, for example, door closing with duration, and we'll make it 0.5. Okay, we're getting that. Let's say let change scene is equal to skaction.run block. And we're going to say within this run block, we're going to say self.scene.view.present scene, the game scene, and we're going to do the transition. Okay, there we go. Let sequence is equal to skaction.sequence, and we're going to say wait, then change scene. Self.run action, and the run action, of course, is going to be skaction.repeat action. We're going to repeat the sequence a total of 1 time. Wow. All right. Let's go back up to the top here. And whenever we reset the game, we need to reset the variables here. So we'll go function reset the variables on start, and we'll say that the score is 0. We need to reset that. We'll say that is collecting is equal to true, is complete is equal to false, and timer countdown is equal to 32. Okay, so let's take a quick look at that. And we can do that here and collect the green blocks. Perfect. Uh-oh, I clicked the wrong block. And look at that. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, except for we do need to take a look at this here, because the timer doesn't exactly work right now. So we'll deal with that issue in the next tutorial.